Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk on things like love, spirituality, law of attraction, all of that juicy goodness. We are here for a sign video. I've had a couple signs come in the last month and I received a couple manifestations, so I wanted to teach upon these signs. Okay, so the first one is receiving things right when you need them. And these things are not your manifestations, but they're just smaller little, I guess they're considered manifestations, but they're smaller little synchronicities throughout your day where you're just like, man, I needed that. And it just showed up out of nowhere. Something as simple as one time I was going to a store and I was in line waiting. I think I've shared this in another video. And I was in line waiting to check out and I had forgotten to get something. And I turned around and the woman behind me was holding the one thing that I needed. And she was asking me if she should go back and put it back on the shelf because she didn't need it. So those kinds of moments where life is just bringing you exactly what you need and it's effortless, it's literally standing behind you. It's that red carpet effect where you're just like, oh my gosh, how is life this magical that I literally didn't even think too long about that item and it just appeared in my reality. And I believe we're moving into a time, especially this March, where they're talking about timeline hopping and being able to quickly call things in and also going into highs and lows about your journey. So if you're quickly moving up into a high frequency and you're feeling amazing, you might drop back down into fear and doubt, and you have to become aware of that. But the first sign that I wanted to talk about were these moments where you're just like, how did that happen? Like, how did that item just magically end up in that woman's hand? And it was exactly what I needed. So, where in your life are you getting what you needed? Maybe it's you're needing to talk to somebody and you bump into the right person, or you're thinking about, obviously, we have telepathy. So, you might be thinking, I need to talk to my mom about something, and then she rings you. Okay, these moments are divine and they are a sign that you are in the flow. So, they can indicate that a bigger manifestation is coming because you're in this state of ease and effortlessness, and you're just like, this is amazing. And it makes you feel so good that it just elevates your vibration even more. And you're like, life is so fun. Like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And if you're not experiencing these things, you can kind of manifest it. You can ask your guides, your angels, the universe, whatever you call it. You can say, hey, could you bring me some magic today? I would really love some unexpected magic. Bring me 5 synchronicities today. And you can just ask for it. Okay, this next one is when random people are messaging you. It could be people from your past, it could be somebody new, and it's not spam because we're getting a ton of spam these days on our phones, but it's a very unique encounter. You're like, wow, I haven't talked to this person in forever. Maybe it's a cousin, maybe it's somebody just saying, hey, I just thought of you out of nowhere. This is like movement in the universe. Something is being moved. There's energy moving around you, and it's symbolic of things coming to you. So when we're manifesting, we want to be in a receptive energy, right? We want to be somebody who's open. And a little hack here, I'm going to add in this one, it can be like a third sign. It's when you're actually not saying no, you're saying yes. You're being a yes guy or a yes girl. And think about it. If you're resistant to anybody in your life, that means you're resistant to you, because everybody is you pushed out and everybody is God pushed out, right? So, or we're all versions of God, of that source energy. So if we even have an ex from our past who we just do not feel good about, we have to find some way to feel good about it and to not resist it, because that resistance blocks us from receiving more in our life. We want to walk through life no qualms with anybody, no qualms with any city. We can go wherever, whenever, and we're not elevated. We're not activated by it, or you could call it being triggered. I like to call it being elevated, because sometimes our emotions get elevated when we're around certain people or certain people message us. And I like to teach my clients to be so neutral. If the text comes in and you're not really wanting to hear from that person, be like, oh, that's nice that they thought of me, but you don't have to respond. But it's a really big indicator that something is coming your way, because people are being called to you. Your vibration is rising. And if you have been connected to somebody from your past, they might feel like that. They might all of a sudden hear your name in their head and they're like, oh, I wonder how they are. That's because your vibration has risen, and we're living on an energetic planet where people can feel our energy when we rise high. And sometimes when we fall into a crisis or depression, That's why people think of us, because it's all just energy. If we are once connected, we will always be connected, right? So this sign is really fun because it can allow you to see the good in maybe somebody that you don't want messaging you. You can be like, oh, this is a manifestation sign. Let me open up my heart and just allow the message to come in. Maybe you don't have to respond, maybe you do, but treat everybody like yourself. Treat everybody with kindness, with love, with acceptance. Yes, it's okay that you come in my direction, but I don't have to let you in to my field. But it feels really nice to be receiving this message from you. Okay, the third one is when your ego starts to get a little bonkers and you are so incredibly self-critical. Maybe you're just in a state of just hating your body and you're like, why am I all of a sudden so mean to myself right now? And you're observing it. You're not really like feeding into it. You can see your thoughts and you're just like, man, why am I so like critical? Or maybe you just feel bloated and you don't feel good. Or maybe your ego is being so mean to you, not about your body, but about your life, about your past decisions, about your future. You just start to notice this voice inside of your head. It is being so mean to you. And we all know that that's the battle of this whole journey, is to not allow that voice to dictate our actions. Because if that voice is going to continue to criticize us and we believe it and we listen to it, that changes our feeling state. And now all of a sudden, we're not in the red carpet effect. We're not having synchronicities because we're in a low state and we feel bad. So, one of my favorite things to do when my ego gets like this is I go and get a shower and I ask my angels and guides to remove the energy from my body and allow my mind to be still. And I just feel the warm water hitting my crown chakra and I just let it cascade all the way down my body, pushing away any of that low vibration. I am cleansing my auric field from the mental chatter. I literally will just sit there for 5 minutes and let the water hit the crown chakra and just purge the mental chatter. And I'll try to be as still as possible, not thinking any thoughts. And then I get out of the shower and then I doll myself up to feel really good. And that usually does the trick. And if I'm not in a space where I can do that, I have other things that I do too. And I'm sure you guys do too. Nature is a great way to cleanse your energy, because what's really happening is when the ego is activated, you're not in your body, you're trapped in the mind. And nature brings us back into the body. A shower will bring you back into the body. Anything that brings you into the present moment. You could meditate. You could just sit on your couch in silence for 5 minutes. So this tends to be a sign that a manifestation is coming, is because the ego knows that it's not going to be needed when this manifestation comes in. The ego knows that there's no problem to solve. It knows that something great is coming and it's freaking out, going, oh my gosh, she doesn't need me anymore. I need to make her need me. I'm going to cause a problem. I'm going to stir up all of her stuff so she can't enjoy this new thing. So that way she always relies on me. That way she's always stuck in lack and she'll always need me to solve the problem for her. That's how our mind works, you guys. And we do not want to listen to that voice because that does block our manifestations. So when the ego gets heightened and you start to get really critical of yourself or maybe even others, you are out of alignment. We need to get you back into the body and just know that this is a sign that something good is coming, because the ego is freaking the heck out. And it's like in the moment that you're in the shower cleansing or out in nature, that's how you can raise your vibe even more, because you're like, oh, this is what Michelle talked about. When my ego is going nuts, that means something good is coming. Let me go home and write that on my desk calendar. You want to track everything. So don't forget these 3 signs. They are pure communication from the universe that something is on its way to you, right? People messaging you, you're in receptive mode. The ego starts to get really loud. Everything works out for you. You're getting exactly what you need when you need it. You're having all these synchronicities. This is a huge sign that a manifestation is coming. So track these signs, write them down when they happen, and see the lag time. Some people have like a 7-day lag time. You know, these things might happen on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right in a row. And then you see all these angel numbers. And then the manifestation doesn't come in until the following Thursday. But you have to figure that out for yourself. I teach all of my new clients about this who are newly spiritually awakened. They're unsure how this works and they just want to manifest, 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 and they want to be the master at it, which I love teaching people how to do it. But there's an art to it, and you have to learn how to track And you have to learn how to keep your energy neutral. Like I said, not staying up in the mind, you're dropping back into the body. And this journey can be so fun. And you can be in this energy, really happy with everything that you already have, but also really excited to be alive and be like, oh, I wonder what synchronicity life is going to bring me today. That to me is the most amazing way to live. I like to call it the art of living. If we can master the art of living, we're going to be living out our mission. We're going to be dancing with the universe. Life is going to be playful and fun. And for a lot of us, we went through trauma. We have a lot of wounding from our past, and we didn't get to live this way. And now we do. Now we have a choice. Okay, so take these signs with you. Get excited. Something is on the way. Something is always on the way. It's just a matter of time, and it's a matter of your focus. Are you focusing on it? Are you allowing it in? Are you being a yes guy and a yes girl, or do you have resistance in your life? And if you do have resistance, come work with me. I would love to help you break through that. Everything is below in the comments and in the description box. I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace out.